What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Hitting the Bars with your girl, SavvyWavy1. How's it going, KOC?
It's going. It is
Yeah?
Monday. It's not too bad. It's just a Monday. It's not the Monday-est of Mondays, but I'm here surviving. We're going to make another week. The grind
For those that don't
continues.
know, we film on Mondays.
So if there's breaking news between a Monday and Thursday, and you're like, why didn't you address it?
We apologize.
It's how it works. That's how it works.
One can only do so much on a podcast.
Mhm.
I woke up this morning and bright 6 a.m. I train a girl at 7 a.m. and she drives over to this whole thing. So super great gal. I love hanging out with her, love training her. And I bring Bentley. It's a whole ensemble and we do it on the beach. Michael got back he had a whole week in San Fran. And so he's like, oh yeah, I'll get up with you at 6. He's usually up before me. I get home from training at 8:10. The man is still snoozing. He fell back asleep. And I was like, sir, it's a Monday. And I've got a busy Monday. So I was like, I do not have time. He's like, come give me a hug. I'm like, absolutely not. I don't have time. I gotta go. Do stuff. But yeah, don't you kind of love those Mondays where I told him, I'm like, you should relax, sleep in a little bit, because he's been go constantly. Just take the 2 hours. We're good. We're on Eastern time. It's fine.
It's true. That is the nice plus of living East versus West. You're always just slightly ahead. You can sleep in a little more. When I'm in Vancouver, 5 a.m. wake up and I'm still behind. Versus Sweden, I have my whole day. It's almost 3 here and people are just getting up. It's 6 a.m. back in Vancouver. I'm like, I had a whole work day. You all have
Isn't
been
that so
snoozing.
nice?
Oh, I love it.
Don't you love that? Yeah.
I love it. Especially because no one can get a hold of me. I have total distraction. And then come 4 p.m., people start blowing up the phone. And then, boop, sorry, I got it. End of the workday. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Shut off the phone.
Totally. Yeah, I remember when we were in Spain, I would love that. I had all day to edit, film, but then the only downside is if you want to chat with your parents or something, it's 10 o'clock at night.
Pros and cons. Even when I was in Toronto, I loved that. I feel like you lazy people from Vancouver and LA, us Toronto New Yorkers, we're up grinding. And now I'm one of them lazy Vancouverites. And I'm like, damn it.
Vancouverites. Also, I wanted to say happy National Tortured Poets Week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And most of them, our podcast comes out on Thursday. It's going to come out Thursday night at midnight. So I want to say to my future self, I hope it's a banger. I know it's going to be a banger. I hope Joe Alwyn is just wrecked for a couple months. Not because of Joe. He seems like a nice lad. Just because I want the truth and only the truth. And I want it to come out on this album. I can't wait for Post Malone's song.
Oh, honestly,
Fortnite.
Highlight. And especially, I have 18-hour travel day Friday. And I guess Thursday I have a 12-hour one. But, if there's ever a time to have a new album, it's then. So I'm very happy about that.
Oh, my God. I'm so jealous. My dad and my stepmom are coming, which I'm very excited about because I miss them. But literally when it comes out, we're going to a trip to this cute little part of the island called Rincon. But I was supposed to listen to this song on the beach with my friend Jess that lives here. That's a Swiftie. And we had the whole day. We were get donuts, coffee, and just listen for hours and just look at the lyrics. No, now I'm going to be with my parents. There's no way they're going to want to do that. I'll try my darndest, but I might just be I'm going to peace out for 2 hours. I'm going to go to the beach. I'll catch up with you later.
I love it. Oh, I got it's not a hot take, but I'm going to insert it just because we're talking about Taylor Swift.
Okay.
You know how everyone's worried AI is taking over the music industry? Taylor Swift makes me believe we don't have too much to worry about, because half of Taylor Swift is you just want to decode the message.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know, it's the relationship behind it. If she was just this AI figure, no one would care. It's what happened between her and Joe, the actual tea behind it all. Is that's why I say that's why Olivia Rodrigo's, I would say Driver's License was the biggest pop album we've had in 5 years, that just took over. And it was only nice because it was the humanness behind it. So people like Taylor Swift make me think we got a while before AI takes over our lives. People still want people writing music. That's my hot take.
I completely agree. It does kind of creep me out about AI. So sometimes I help out with Michael's conferences, and it's a lot of startup ventures that like we'll go to. And so I'll chat with a lot of these companies that are trying to raise funds, and they all have like very interesting ideas. It's a lot of apps. It's a lot of, like contraptions. And this one man was walking around with a head of a robot. And I was like, hi, sir. You got to tell me, what's the story? Can I see a robot do a trick? And he was saying that his entire business was built off of educating people on how to work with AI and how to like work on like robots in general, because he thinks that robots will take over majority of jobs.
Yeah.
And like you won't have a job. And so like he's trying to provide jobs for those people. But I just thought, what a creepy idea, that I was like, oh my God, that's creepy.
So like you have to create a robot to help people that are lives are taken over by robots.
Robots. You're at the mercy of robots.
And you think that's crazy, except I have an app called Opal on my phone that it's an app to block me from using other apps. The only way to battle technology is through technology. It's got us beat. So you know what? I respect it.
Totally. Also, okay, this is my hot take. I'll save my other one for the next one. So I brought up to Michael, we're going to Scotland for a wedding at the same convenient time for a Taylor Swift concert. Okay. We're going to be in Edinburgh right when the Taylor Swift concert is going on. I've already gotten permission from the bride that I can go on Sunday. Michael was like, yeah, of course we can go, totally down. This snitch literally mentioned, are you kidding me, Savannah? We're in Scotland and you want to go to a Taylor Swift concert? That's like wanting to, like go to Disney World when you're in Japan or whatever. I'm like, no, it's not the same. And it's 3 hours of your time. So everybody, please go harass Michael because I am going. And if I don't get front row, I'm going to throw a fit. And I told Michael, I was like, I will pay for this on my own. I will go by myself. You know me. I'm okay going by myself. I don't care. And he was like, he's just making it hard right now. So everybody harass him because I'm going. Whether he likes it or not. I told him I already bought my outfit. He like thinks I literally bought this custom thing on Etsy. I did not.
Just play into it. Play into it. Play into it. No, they just
my key is like puppy dog eye. Like I can go about this two ways. I could either be like, no, it's fine. Like we don't have to go, and like looks so sad, and he sees all the Swifties and he feels guilty, or really just make him feel bad and like just buy the tickets and just be like, sucks to suck, you're going. And he likes Taylor Swift. He's just like, I just don't want to do that. I want to do other things in Scotland. But I'm like, it's 3 hours, sir. We could watch a movie. Come on.
Exactly.
We could watch Sound of the Music.
There's like, you know what? Take 1 day, sleep 3 hours less. So be it. 1 day of 5 hours of sleep. Worth it. I'd say
Worth
so.
it.
And then you're like, no, I just want to get like the Scottish version of Taylor Swift. What's wrong with that?
Literally. I want to know the surprise songs.
I know. Okay, I need you to go because I need you to figure this out. What song is about Calvin Harris? Do you know?
How would I figure that out at a Taylor Swift? What song? Let me see.
Okay, because he's Scottish, so I bet you that's going to be the secret song. So you need to go for me. Just so I find that out.
They like don't like each other. Like no, that's like the one ex. What?
Did you hear about Calvin Harris' wife?
Oh, how she secretly listens?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Love it. So for anyone that didn't hear, Calvin Harris's wife is like a BBC radio DJ host kind of thing. And she exposed herself on her radio talk show kind of thing. And she was like, yeah, when Calvin's out of town, I listen to Taylor Swift. I'm like, that's so relatable. Like,
why do they hate each other so much?
I don't know if anyone's really said.
I can't remember. So one song, Getaway Car, has to do with, oh my God, I don't remember his name. Loki from Marvel, like from the Avengers.
Yeah.
Nerd. But like Loki and Calvin Harris had like an overlap. Like, I can't remember if it was Calvin Harris that she was like, ooh, I wanted to date him, or if it was vice versa. So somebody please DM us. But okay. It says there are a few songs that are suspected about Calvin. On Midnights, maybe Bejeweled and High Infidelity. Because I know, okay, here. It also references her dancing with Tom at the Met Gala while she was with Calvin.
Oh, I
So Tom
remember
was the
hearing
other
about
guy.
that.
So Getaway Car is about Tom being like
Okay.
getting in with Tom and not Calvin Harris. But she does have a song. Yeah, Getaway Car is her wanting to leave Calvin and rebounding. And then I Did Something Bad is speculated. But I also know she wrote that song for Game of Thrones. So this is
Who
just
knows?
crazy
Who knows?
Swifties.
Just,
I'll take it.
you know what? I just got to say that crushes me that they hate each other because I love them
I
both
know.
so much. That eats me alive. Like I won't go into Calvin Harris lore, but I could talk equally as much about Calvin Harris as Taylor Swift. So it
She
eats
does not
me alive.
send flowers to his babies. That's a reference of one of her songs about Joe
There we go.
Jonas and how she sent them flowers.
See, you know what? It's possible to be okay with your ex, but sometimes not.
Do
Sometimes
you remember what the surprise song was that we heard? I think it was You're Not Sorry.
No, because I didn't know the track list enough to know what was the missing link. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I think it was You're Not Sorry. And then there was another one, and I cannot remember it.
You would have to, because they were all, I didn't know what to expect. There's very, like, I didn't study. I knew a few songs I'd seen on TikTok, but I'm not the one to ask. They were all surprise songs to me. But I enjoyed every one of them.
It was the bridge of Cruel Summer, and me looking at you, and you're just like, empty. And I'm like, Are you kidding me? I hate you. I think I said I hate you. I was like, how do you not know this?
I'm like, I'm drunk right now. I couldn't pick it. I couldn't always pick it up until it gets going. So at one point I was just sitting there. I was like, I can't, what song is this? And it takes me a second sometimes. Like
the opening. God damn it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't catch on right away. I was also several Bud Lights deep. So you gotta give me the benefit of the doubt.
Very turnt. Yeah,
I was definitely intoxicated. So I think
and you made me leave at Karma for our Uber.
Oh yeah. Dude, I thought we something like
held
that
a grudge. Held a grudge on that. That's fine. You had the right idea for us in our drunk mind, and then we're trying to go out after, and then it calls. We get home, and I just take my shoes off. You're like, okay, never mind. Good times.
Oh, too funny.
Good memes.
Funny. Anyways, shall we talk about some good memes for me that you've never experienced? So that's today's headline.
Yes.
Of Coachella. It is Coachella week. Week 1 happened. And now weekend 2 is happening, the better of the 2 weekends. And I've just got we're on the Taylor Swift, so let's just jump right into it. Did you see Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce at Coachella?
Absolutely. Ice Spice. I probably replayed Ice Spice's like monologue to her. Taylor Swift, I love you. And then it plays Karma, and she's like, and I love Karma too, bitch. Oh,
I love it.
Amazing.
See, there's the difference here for you, Paige, because I did not remotely see that. I didn't see that once. But
I even storied it.
Seeing Travis, I haven't been on Instagram, I won't lie, in a couple days. So, but the amount of times I saw Travis pick up Taylor Swift, so I dance behind her at Dom Dolla. Taylor Swift is at Dom Dolla, and that was our worlds colliding. The second I saw that, I was like, wait, what? Taylor Swift knows who Dom Dolla is? But here's my thought. That was definitely Travis being like, can we go, please? It's Dom. We got to go for Dom. That was definitely Travis dragging Taylor Swift to that. And then she just embraced it.
Maybe. I feel like she has really great music taste.
She does. But I've seen Travis Kelce literally pick up Dom Dolla backstage. Like they're BFFs. Like there's one clip that blew up on TikTok. And it's literally little DJ Dom Dolla, because all DJs are little short nerds, we all are, and just on the shoulders of 6'7" Travis just being parading around. And they had like a TikTok blow up, and it was like every DJ wants to be an athlete and every athlete wants to be a DJ, and it was the two of them. So I think they're friends, and so I think that was very much, you know what, if Taylor Swift likes Dom Dolla, I love that. But
yeah,
just our
I don't
worlds
even know
collide.
who Dom Dolla is.
Have you
this
heard
is
Rhyme
how
Dust?
We're very different.
Rhyme Dust?
Rhyme or grime?
Rhyme Dust. The sound of it, like the intro, blew up on TikTok last year. He did.
Sing it.
Rhyme Dust. I gotta. Can't sing it. I do sing a DJ song. Boom, boom, boom. Beep, bop, boop, beep, 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 bop, boop.
Yeah. And I have a great idea for a song. Beep, boop, 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 bop, bop, bop. Is that what you do?
Pretty much.
Boop. Do you like that Zac Efron movie? Friends? No Friends or something? It's
Was that the
literally
one where
about
he's
him being a DJ.
No, people have mentioned it, but I've never seen it, and I just have a feeling
I'll
it'd be
text
really
you it.
cringe.
You
Please
should
do.
watch it. No, you should watch it with Megs. It's Michael and I actually really like the movie.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Something
it's
I
about him like wanting to be a DJ. It's super good.
Okay. You know what? There's something always slightly cringe about someone wanting to be a DJ, said as a DJ.
Yes,
It was also very cringe.
absolutely. Yeah.
But to move on just about DJs and Coachella in general, what have you been seeing online about Coachella? Because I feel this Coachella is so different than the classic, just like everyone goes there and everyone's views. Like that was such sauce for a viral video, like up till 4 years ago. It was like, go to Coachella, post a YouTube, post sign, it's going to go viral. It was just like influencer haven. What are your thoughts?
Mm-hmm. I mean, when I was on TikTok yesterday on my little Stairmaster and I was watching all the little sets, I got a lot of Sabrina Carpenter with her new boo, that guy in Saltburn.
Oh, yeah,
She
yeah.
looked fantastic. I got a lot of T Swift
Mhm.
with some Ice Spice. Billie Eilish rocking out with Odessa. Did you see that?
Oh, I did not see that, which I'm shocked because I
Mm-hmm.
love them both equally. Oh my God, I'm
Yeah.
mad at my For You page. Why did you
Yeah.
not serve me that?
I never saw her singing, just dancing
Mhm.
up there. I
Still
tried.
amazing.
A lot of influencers doing the like transition to Coachella. A lot of, they didn't really show that much other than like 818 was everywhere for
Mm,
tequila.
yep.
Posh or Poosh and
Mhm.
like, those brands. But like, I feel like in the past, it's like, oh my God, what are people wearing?
Yeah.
What's Revolve Fest? Like, I didn't see any of that. It was very much just like old pictures and like a lot of
Mhm.
people just didn't really go, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Did
it
you?
just wasn't that dire.
I was gonna say, was there even a Revolve Fest? Because usually, like that's as much a highlight TikTok. I was like, I don't even know if there was one this year. Like I saw nothing about it. If it did happen.
I saw like friends of mine going
Yeah.
to like I think it'd be like Ludacris and Revolve or whatever,
Mhm.
but I don't know if there must have not been a Revolve Fest, maybe because they had
Mm,
such bad PR. But at
true.
the same time, they like that PR, so I don't know.
Mm,
But I did just see everywhere. Everyone always had 818 cups,
yeah.
like of tequila, like
Smart.
Celsius as well. Yeah,
I was gonna
super
say
smart.
Celsius. I saw Celsius everywhere. Their budget for Coachella, I was like, that was the only brand I saw was Celsius. And I saw some Don
Lemmy.
Julio. Let
Oh,
me.
you saw Don Julio.
Yeah, just they had a Don Julio house. I think that some people were at. And that was I saw that one. And then yeah, 818 and just all the Celsius in the world. That's all I saw.
Wow.
And then I it was shocked how many people, like just girls who I know are like classic Coachella girls. And like I could borderline be in that. Like I'd love a Coachella. But I saw more girls reacting, like making a video of their old Coachella outfits, just reacting to it. I saw equally that amount of those videos as I saw people who were actually at Coachella. So it was like
Yeah.
girls be like, "Oh, I'm not going this year, but let's react to my old Coachella." I was like, "Wow, Coachella's fallen off."
Yeah. Maybe it's just taking a little breather.
You know what?
But
I think
also, I
oh,
don't
go
even
ahead.
know who was performing at it really.
It was a very like diverse crowd. Like Lana Del Rey, Doja Cat, then like but then there was like they had different I think it was kind of smart. Like they were less like big headliners and it seemed to be like they expanded to other stages. Like John Summit and Dom Dalla did one at a different and there was like Cascade and it was less of just like one stage with Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande. It just seemed to be like they always have multiple stages, but I feel they like tried to appeal to a bunch of people. I don't know, something about it. I was like it was just kind of went back to being a music festival, which I like. It felt
Yeah.
like that. And it felt less of like you have to be here or else you're missing out. Like it felt a bit more for the music, which I kind of like.
Yeah. I just feel like there's usually a huge push for this kind of thing with like the influencing industry. Like
Mhm.
usually it's all over my page. Like
Yeah.
I think the tripping with Tart. Oh my gosh, I was like
Yeah.
fed that content left and
Yeah.
right, right? So I thought it was interesting because usually don't they give like influencers these bands and like I follow Alex Earl. I saw she was
Mhm.
with Poppy.
Yeah.
But like that was the only person I really saw that like went with a brand. But I thought in
Yeah.
the past that was like a big thing for
Yeah.
people that were influencers or whatever.
Yeah. I think it was just such a big thing, but it's almost like overdone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it became
Yeah.
too much. And it was almost like, just classic unrelatable influencers. It was like
Oh,
influencers
totally.
being paid millions of dollars to pay outfits that no one, and don't get me wrong, I love a wacky music festival outfit, but like, there's a line. It's not the Met Gala. And it started acting like the Met Gala, like these people like buying these elaborate outfits they only wear once at Coachella. Like this time it was a bit more of just like cute music, like festival vibes. And so I'm sure a lot of them got paid to be there, but it just wasn't that obnoxious in your face. I'm just going to go take the photo. I'm not even watching the artists. And like, so I'm kind of hoping, because Coachella used to be, lack of better terms, cool. It was where the cool girls, Vanessa Hudgens, went. And it was just this like
Yes.
very flower power. And then it got overdone to like, I think it got to this point of like, it's obnoxious. It's out of touch. It's these outfits that no one will wear. It's not even fun. No one's even there to music. So I'm hoping it kind of dies down. And then in a couple of years, it like rebrands and it's cool again. So I think it's in its uncool to be cool moment. And I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah. When I think of Coachella, I think of Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, she started it all. And I want it back
Queen.
to Vanessa Hudgens Coachella. I want that. I want us
Mm-hmm.
just in cute dresses and a little flower crown. That's all we need. We don't need assless chaps, James
I
Charles.
agree. Was he in assless chaps?
Yeah, he wore assless chaps like last year. The two that was like
Amazing.
quintessential of like, and that's quintessential. We took it too far with outfits, and I think he would agree. We took it too far. You wore assless chaps.
Totally. Remember how we talked about though, like short shorts? I did see a lot of
Oh
girls
yeah,
wearing short shorts, and I thought,
true.
nightmare of mine.
Honestly, in my mind, I was like, that's the most
UTI.
socially acceptable place for him. It's so hot there,
Totally.
and do
But
you know what
like
I
you'd
mean?
be
And it's like
sweating in denim,
you're gonna be
like your
sweating
hoo ha.
everything,
I know. I'm
anything.
just UTI waiting for it.
I guess. In my rationale, I was like, I won't lie. If I was at Coachella this year, I'd 100% be the girl in those. So I can't hate at all. I can't hate at all. That'd be
Yeah.
me. UTI
Yeah.
and all.
Yeah. Absolutely. There was something. Oh, Vanessa Hudgens. She only probably didn't go because she's having a baby.
Oh yeah, crazy,
Mm-hmm. I saw
crazy.
Zac Efron like commented, being like, "Congrats, so happy for her." I'm like, ugh. I also just watched my when Michael's business partner was here. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I watched this funny movie with Zac Efron that came out, and it was on Amazon Prime, I want to say, and it's called Ricky Stenicki, and it's like great cast, Zac Efron and." Oh my gosh, who is that guy that's like really going into act? John Stana?
John Cena,
John Cena.
like WWE John Cena.
Yeah, he's like going
Okay,
super into acting. He's like in all
yeah.
these movies. And it's like, you guys should watch it. It's a funny, kind of stupid guy movie, but it's like these guys made up this Ricky Stenicki like character and they are getting caught. They've done it their whole life. And so they hire John Cena, who's like this crazy guy, to be it. But it's funny. And I
I
just
love
haven't
it.
seen. I was like, how did I not hear about the Zac Efron movie? I love him.
I guess I just gotta add it to my list of Zac Efron movies I need to watch because apparently there's a
Yeah.
lot.
Skip the one with him in a desert. That one's horrible.
Which one's that?
That one was like he like came back to acting. Guys, I used to be a big Zac Efron fan. And
We can
he
tell.
came back to acting, I think like after his accident. Like he looks different because he had to get reconstructive. But it's a horrible movie. It's like him being abandoned. Like I think he was trying to make money. I can't remember the storyline. It was a couple years ago, but he's like stuck in this desert and this guy's like, I should be back in like a day. And he just like prolongs it. Like coyotes. It's so gruesome at the end. Let's just say it's gruesome. It's not a happy ending.
It's giving.
And I just could have,
Yeah,
I could have been happy never seeing Zac Efron's guts, you know?
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
That one's now X'd. I got some to watch and some not to. Easy
Mm-hmm.
peasy. Well, I think we're all Coachella'd out. More of the story, Taylor Swift that's there. I miss John Selma and Dom Dolla, but alas, maybe I'll go next year. Maybe one day Taylor Swift will be there and I can drag your butt to Coachella.
Oh, I've never felt the need to go to Coachella. I've never gotten the FOMO. I don't care. Until I saw that Taylor Swift was there, I was like, oh, I care. I wish I was in that crowd.
Okay, I'm going to manifest something. I'm going to manifest something for us. Because one day, I feel like that's like the end of Taylor Swift. One day will do Super Bowl and she'll do Coachella and then she'll retire. So the year she headlines Coachella, I hope I'm DJing at one small stage. I don't care where. I just want a day, one day. So I'll do the 4 p.m. Sahara Desert. Doesn't
It would
matter.
just
Put
be
me on,
me.
and it'll just be you. But then I'll have artist pass for us to go to Taylor Swift, and so that's all I
Amazing.
manifest. That I play at
Absolutely.
some random stage at Coachella at least the
I love
year
it.
Taylor Swift is headlining.
I
Manifest for
love
us.
it. Absolutely. Also, you'll have more people. I just have been seeing the TikToks of people going to the 4 p.m. and it's just them dancing.
That it's the reality of like being a DJ. You're an opener, and
Yeah,
it's just this. You have to earn your stripes, and I'm willing to earn my stripes at Coachella. I'm willing to.
absolutely.
Well, speaking of earning stripes, someone who does not need to earn their stripes, I just have to shout it out. Caitlin Clark is officially going pro today. I know you don't know who she is, but for the girlies that do, she is the best thing to happen to women's sports. So if you didn't know, she's like the number one player of the NCAA. And this is the first time that the women's final had more viewership than the men's. And I've just been saying this
Wow.
forever. Like there's a pay gap in women's sports, obviously. And then douchebag guys come back and be like, well, they don't get as much views and da 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 da. But I've never understood why women's sports don't have infinity views, because what do men like to stare at? Women and sports. And it's so, you know what I mean? In my mind, I'm like, it's the perfect thing. Anyway, so it's just like finally someone is getting the hype and getting like the social media push and the media push, and then people eat it up. Like I couldn't tell you a single NCAA guy's name, but everyone was betting on it. So I just want to say congrats. Thank you for inspiring a generation. And she'll be number one drafted. I guess we don't know, but there's no way she's not. And so she'll be in Indiana next year. So that's just
Wow.
chef's kiss. Just chef kiss.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Go her. Love
Yes. Love it. Now, someone it's not as easy to agree upon. Headline number 3: Kourtney Kardashian drank her own breast milk while feeling sick.
it. Does it say why? Like what does it do?
So she just kind of said she was feeling sick, so she decided to drink her own breast milk. So I went into it. She didn't give much explanation, but then like the only thing that a bunch of MDs they interviewed said, like, technically you breastfeed a kid and that helps boost their immune system. So it's one of those, I'm like, yeah, but that's a growing baby. Like that doesn't mean it'll necessarily help your immune system as an adult, but that's, I guess, the theory. And they did say there's nothing that will definitely like bad for you. Like you're not going to get sick from it. Especially it's like, I guess, her own breast milk. But it's just one of those things you could go tell the doctors. We're kind of like, there's really no reason. Like you'll be fine, but like why?
She
So
flew too close to the sun on the hippiness.
yeah.
So there's literally they were like, that's you didn't have to do that.
So yeah, it was just one of those, like, technically it helps babies, so maybe, but like the jury's definitely still out.
Oh my.
And so there is, though, I did find one thing that some people say putting breast milk on eczema can help with it. And I feel I've heard that before.
Eczema?
So yeah,
Eczema?
I would say eczema.
Eczema?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not the proper way to say it. But fun fact,
that's
my mom
cool.
called it that my whole life. And she has severe eczema. And so now I can't, like, since I was a baby, I've been told about eczema. And then I turned 25 and told, you've been saying it wrong by someone who has it. My mom and my brother have severe, like, need prescription eczema. And it's eczema? How's the proper saying?
I call eczema, but
Eczema.
I
think
believe it probably is just interpreted differently.
I don't know. Either way,
That's
breast milk apparently helps with it.
crazy. That's like making your own medicine for yourself, your body.
It's kind of like actually, will you be eating your own placenta?
Oh, I would. Oh, fuck yeah.
I love it.
But this is what I do. I would
Mhm.
put it in a capsule. Okay, you guys, I'm
Yeah.
not a sicko. I would put it in a capsule. I'm not going to put it in a smoothie.
Yeah.
But like, this is actually something that my friends and I will like have a debate on, and they think I'm so gross. But like, I would do anything. If I have to give childbirth, it sounds so tough on your body.
Yeah.
Anything that could help with healing. I've heard great properties with your placenta. And if you get encapsulated, you could be taking Nutrafol for all you know. Like,
Fully.
would you?
Oh, 100%. Have you seen the challenge I've done? I'm like, yeah, let's try it. See,
You
as
do
long
it
as
for
I
a
know it
YouTube
won't
video?
hurt me. Honestly, I'll do it for the TikTok views. You're like, you just what a caption. I ate my own placenta. Boom.
Yes.
Virality. No, just kidding. But that aside, I'm just like, there seems to be so many people promote it, like, or not promote it, but just say they're happy they did it. I'm like, you know what? I'll try it. And if it doesn't work,
Yeah.
second pregnancy, I won't.
Would you try your
Simple.
own breast milk?
I would dabble.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Like, I bet you, I hate to say it. I'm not even talking health. I just want to know what it tastes like.
Oh,
Yeah,
1000%. I would
100%.
totally do it. Like,
Yeah.
what's the word? I mean, I probably wouldn't drink it in my coffee, but like,
No.
why not, try it? See
It's
if
there. I'm like,
it's normal tasting,
does it taste like cow's milk? Like,
right?
I'm just curious. I'm not going to go like, I'm over at my best friend's house and I'm not going to sample that bottle, but my own,
Yeah.
sure. Sure.
I'm like, right? It's just pretty incredible. If you think about it, like your mom's now your friend, right? Like you're an adult. I
Uh-huh.
think that's crazy that my mom did that for me. Like it's just wild. That like
Yep.
that's literally your food.
Yep.
Oh, such a strange thing. Strange
That's
concept.
the strangest concept, and it hurts my brain the older I get. My mom she'd eat avocado, gets digested, body morphs it into things, then morphs into things, and eventually becomes me inside her. I'm like, do you know what I mean? Just they eat that forms and feed. I'm like, that. What? The woman's human body is phenomenal. Guys isn't as exciting. Women,
No,
we create like a parasite that turns into a human. That's
literally
crazy.
a little alien.
Can you hear that? I think it's an ice cream truck,
Oh, I hear it.
but it's so loud.
I
Like,
didn't
we
know they
don't
did
live
ice cream
anywhere.
trucks.
They do, but I'm like, there's no road very close to us, and it's like raining and snowing. So I'm like, it sounds like it's in the apartment. I'm like, is there an ice cream truck in the apartment building?
Maybe it's someone's favorite song.
I mean, it's a bop.
Mm-hmm.
I might just have to turn it into one. Just imagine that remix. The
That
ice
would
cream.
be a good remix.
Honestly, that I'll just throw in some Wildest Dreams as the lyrics, have it there. A nice, just little drum and bass. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And everybody knows an ice cream truck sound.
Yeah.
And we all have this like wire in our brain to be like, ice cream.
Great. And now we just discovered it's the same in clearly Canada and US and also Sweden. Ice cream truck is universal. It's a universal language.
Totally.
Now, I was going to try and find a fun transition, but I couldn't think of anything. Ice cream to Zendaya. But anyways, our next headline, we were talking about it last podcast, I believe it was, or two ago, about she is featured in that new tennis video.
Yes.
She's like doing. So I found her training for it, which I found kind of interesting because this is always like a hot topic of when actors do things like as athletes. It's like, should they get an athlete to do it? Should they learn to do it? It's like I'm always been like, how much respect does an actor put in? I was like, as long as an actor fully does it, like fully gives their heart and soul into it so it looks real, I'm for it. When they half-ass it, I'm like, there's been a couple actors that will do that, and like it almost like makes the sport look embarrassing. Anyways, here's what she did. So number one, she trained for months on parallel tennis courts in the morning before hitting the gym. Then they'd have lunch and she'd go to rehearsals. And parallel tennis courts make sense because it looks like every single one of the casts that were in it would have like their own court, and they'd all be to get that like bond as well. They were all like training together. And then she started out with learning just the basics, and she couldn't play any tennis. Like, it wasn't like she had like played growing up. She was like, she couldn't hit the ball when she started out. And she was trained by Coco Gauff's coach, who's like a up and coming, really successful women's tennis player. So her coach. And then this is interesting. Apparently she just like couldn't get it. And she just was like, nothing was going until one day she realized she's like, oh, she's done singing and dancing. And of course that, like when she grew up on the Disney Channel. So she started treating tennis like a dance. She's like, I just have to have a performance. And she almost had that like mannerism. So I thought that would be kind of interesting for anyone who's listening who wasn't an athlete and you're like a dancer. I know a lot of girls like that. I'm like, oh, next time you play a sport, instead of like just try and learn the moves, try and think like the choreograph. Like, I can never say that word. I can never say it. Do you know what I mean?
Choreography?
Yeah, choreography. I don't know why it's one of those words I can never say. And yeah, and so she like treated it all like that. I'm like, that's it. And it doesn't technically matter if she plays or not. She just has to look like she can play. So that was her training for it.
Wow. I've never really thought about how hard, if they're going into a sport like Rocky or whatever, right? Like they probably have to do a lot of their research. I thought that like I heard somebody talk about that played professional tennis and said she like did it incorrectly. I thought I heard that on a
Oh,
podcast.
who was it her? Yeah, I think yeah. There was someone, I feel there was a TikTok about it. They were like
Wasn't it?
showing,
I was listening
was it
to the podcast you told me about. They're funny.
Giggly
With
Squad?
Hannah Berner.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
she was oh yeah, she was a Div 1 tennis player, so if anyone knows, it would be her.
Yeah. But she was saying it was wrong. So it's interesting if that's
Ah.
true. If like, I mean, that wouldn't make sense. I feel like there's enough people to be like, hey, you'd have some people on being like, this is how you hold it or whatever.
Well, I feel that's what makes a good sports movie and a bad one is right there. It's like some they look at it and it's like when you get to a high level of something, you notice the smallest and smallest of details that like the average person won't pick up. But like
Yeah.
that's when you can tell like a sports doc is done so well that even like the highest level people were like, oh yeah, that's all correct. And they did everything and whatever it took, whether it be they just mastered this one specific way to move their elbow or anything, but every close up. Yeah. So I'm like, ooh, that'll be interesting. But I haven't seen it and I don't think it's out yet. But I think that's what makes or breaks it. Cause there's been a couple times where I've seen sports docs or movies like that, and a regular person was like, oh, that looks good. But
Mm-hmm.
then you see like basketball, I've seen that time and time again. I'm like, no, you would never ever do that. Like it just like completely takes away from the show. But then a couple are great, and you're like, okay, I got lost in it. I got lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce. But yeah, I do want to see that movie. It's the two boys, right?
Yep, that's the one.
See, you took away the tennis. I took away the boys.
Yeah, you know what? And together makes for a perfect movie, hopefully,
There we go.
or disaster. They did too much love and not enough training, or vice versa, and then
Yeah.
just birds. But one of the coaches were also who did the Will Smith documentary about Serena's and Venus Williams' dad. And that was awesome. That was really good. So hopefully there's hope. Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay.
But speaking of some hope, should we jump into some confession sessions? Because you all know if you ever have just something to get off your chest, a little funny story about the gym, going to the bar, or anything, you can submit it to our Instagram, Hitting the Bars. If you want it to say anonymous, or if you want us to shout it out, your name, we will. But normally we just say no name unless spoken otherwise. Do you want to hit us with the first one?
Sure. Okay, Savvy Wavy 1 and KOC. First of all, love the red hair, your podcast, Bentley, and Keltie's YouTube videos. Wow, starting off so strong. Second of all, I sent a drunk DM to On Cloud Shoes professing my love, and they actually responded with the best message possible and a coupon code for free shoes. It made me think of y'all and wonder if Sav ever got help with her shoes falling apart in the first month or not. If they're answering drunk messages, I would assume their customer service is on top of things too. That is epic for her, and I love that for them. I never did. To me, I was like, you know what? I got the use out of them. I still wear them, even though they cut my back. But like, I still have them, and I don't know. I don't want to be a Karen, so I've just never said anything. But it's a good idea. I should have when it initially happened. That's probably where it went wrong. Now they'd be like, bitch, you got a lot of use out of this, which is fair.
Fair. But the moral of the story, next time you really like a running shoe brand, drunk, confess your love to them, you might get a discount code. That is the best little knowledge I've ever heard. And now I'm going to be like drunkenly voice memoing every single brand I follow.
Absolutely.
All I can think is some intern sitting there listening and being like, ha ha ha. Discount code.
Yeah. They're like, here you go. I'll throw the dog a bone.
Yeah. They're like, I know. They could hear in the background. They're like, I know what's going on here. Like, you do deserve
it's at a club. Also, props to her for being that kind of girl. You're not drunk texting. You're not drunk messaging, professing your love. You're doing it to a shoe brand, and that's respect.
That's my kind of girl. That's smart. That is smart drunk texting right there.
That's a hitting the bars girly if I saw one.
Honestly, on brand. Boom, 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 boom. Bad joke. Anyway, and for our last confession session. So 2 years ago, I flew to meet this boy. We had mutual friends and FaceTimed every day for like a month before. So I knew he wasn't a serial killer. I respect that. Anyways, okay, so my flight leaves April 1st. So right before I board, I text him that I got delayed and he's asking what time because we're going to a music festival and meeting his friends. So he's all stressed. So she's you know what I mean? He's panicked. He's like, this girl's coming in, da da da, running late, da da da. Then I text him saying, April Fools. And I'm landing at the original time. And he's like, I think I just fell in love with you. It didn't work out, but the story's hilarious. And I felt like such a bad bitch in that moment. And I was like, that's so ballsy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just meeting a guy and you know what I mean? You're like traveling, you like, don't know how they react. And anytime you like take that little risk, I think that's how you get someone to fall in love with you. So I respect it. I respect
also,
it.
I respect her view on this relationship. It didn't work out, but she still has a good mem from it, you know?
Right? Sometimes that's all you get. Sometimes it was just, what's it? It's you meet someone for a moment, a season, or a reason, or whatever that is, that's saying. But I was like, this was just a moment and a maybe mini season. I like that.
Yeah. Very mature way. I think sometimes it's, I mean, depending on what happened in the past relationship, but it's always a good sign when people talk. Like they can take experiences from that relationship in a bright way because it is at the end of the day just part of your life. And whether they wronged you or not, or however, whatever happened could have just not worked out. But yeah, I think that's always like a bad sign if someone's like, oh, they were crazy. I'm like, okay, takes two to tango in this breakup.
And I just love thinking of her sitting on the plane, just be like, he, and him being there. Oh my God, what are we do? And do we wait for her? Do we not wait for her? And just like, do we go on? I barely know this girl. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I'm like, I love it. I love that. I like thinking of it like a movie when you get the two characters' POVs. Like, that's all I can picture. That's all I can picture.
Totally. I'm thinking of that movie, the one that like Alex Cooper directed. That's like so cute on Netflix, and it's like they're flying. I don't know, it's like a rom-com.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing the commercial for it.
Yeah.
Love it. As a long distance girly, I love it. Love it. Well, with that being said, I think it's time to wrap up this episode. If you have a confession session or any questions, you can hit us up at Hitting the Bars Instagram. You can also follow us there. And if you're just listening, we do have a YouTube channel and you can see our wacky faces. And then you can also leave comments there or leave a 5-star review on the podcast or Spotify app.
Yeah, don't forget to write it so we can giggle, we can share it. And yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.